Welcome in, everybody. This is Jen Ollendorf with Fuller Digital Solutions. We are here in Mason City, Iowa, watching the warm-up of the...
Webster City.
Oh, Webster City. What did I say?
Mason City.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry. I don't even know where I drove to. I just drove. I went wherever my route took me. My route or my route. What do you say, Matt?
I say route.
All right. Well, I'm here. This is Jen Ollendorf, and we are here with Fuller Digital Solutions. I have Matt Nobles with me, and he is going to be stepping in and helping out with some of the calling and some stats and just giving me a hard time probably. So we'll kind of go from there. But we are here in
Webster City.
That a kid. Thank you. Make sure
Yep.
I'm staying on track here.
Yep.
And we are here watching the River Valley Wolverines. They already had their warm-up. The Wolverines are coming in 30-2, and North Tama, the Red Hawks, are coming in 24-15. I am going to do a quick shout out here to our sponsors, and then we'll get into our pregame that is sponsored by Quimby Golf Course. They're in Quimby, Iowa. If you have not done any golfing at Quimby, you're missing out. What do you think?
Good time.
For sure. Love that place. Okay, I thought I had this up, but let's go ahead and we'll go into, oh, here it is. I got it. All right, so thank you to our postseason streaming sponsors and the Wolverine community for allowing us here at Fuller Digital the opportunity to cover the volleyball team. Our streaming sponsor is brought to you by Sioux Valley Automotive. Make sure to stop in and check out what Carmen and Bob have for you if you need an update, a tune-up, a detailing, some sort of thing going on like that. That's a great thing to get done there in town. And I hear that they also will pick up your vehicle. 30-mile radius.
It's a nice service.
Not too shabby at all. So we also, our pre-match sponsor is by the Quimby Golf Course. Like I just said, it's always tea time at the Quimby Golf Course. All right, so let's get into keys of the match here really quick. This is also sponsored by Joy Auto, the Napa store there in Correctionville. We are here for all your fix-it needs. So let's get into our pregame and our keys to the match. Matt, do you want to go ahead and start us off?
So North Tama, I'm not sure if they are the home team, I think, on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
the Red
so.
Hawks.
Yeah.
Ranked number 5 in Class 1A, 24-15. Overall records relatively deceiving. They play some big schools, so don't look at the record and think they're a slouch because they played Ames High School, they played Southeast Polk, so they played some really big competition. They got second in the Iowa Star South Conference, where they had a 6-1 record. Once again, 24-15 overall. Taking on the number 9 in Class 1A, River Valley Wolverines. First place coming out of the Western Valley Conference, 9-0, undefeated on the year, 30-2 overall. So pretty clean record. Very, very senior dominant team for River
sure.
Valley. A lot of girls have been playing all 4 years. I think biggest keys to the game is, especially for River Valley, you've been here before. This is the second time you're in a regional final last year. So they're just looking to get over the hump. They got to be able to serve, receive, move the ball around, get into the flow of things, get the ball in Maya Dasso's hand, who has been setting for 4 years.
Right.
I wrote down this stat, and this is crazy. Maya Dasso, in her career, has 2,537 total assists.
That's a lot of setting.
Yeah.
But, and I'm sure she would say this too, the reason she has that stat is because she has some amazing hitters.
Yep.
And she has some amazing passers to get her that ball.
Yep. So on that note, for kills, we're talking, these are all seniors. Addie Law, she leads the way with 860 kills as a senior, followed by Elena Getch with 682 as a senior. I talked about Maya and her assists. Diggs, JC Jacobson, another senior. She's got 1,061 on the year, or on her career. And then Sunny Todd adds a blocking dimension, from the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
She's got 80 on the year, along with Addie Law with 98 in her career. And then Elena Getch with 75. So just all around senior dominant team here. River Valley looking to get over the hump. North Tama is no slouch, like I mentioned. There are a lot of juniors out there with a lot of experience playing tough teams. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you looked at the stat leaders, on the North Tama side. They're led by, on the assist side is Kaylee Heller, a junior. She's got 369 assists compared to Maya Dossel with 774 in her senior year, which is nuts.
Yes.
Kills department, you got to keep your eye out for Cruz Ewalt, a junior. She is, I'm not sure what number she is. She's number 9 on the program, so we got to keep an eye on her. And then total blocks, she leads the way in the blocking department with 17 on the year. Digs, Addison Hochsteckler, she's a junior with 487 digs. And then from the service side, Kaylee Heller, a junior, leads the way for the Red Hawks. So really make sure Ridgeview can get their block established early.
River Valley.
River Valley, get their block established early. And, first set's going to be nervy.
Yeah.
You just got to get through some of that out-of-system stuff, win those free balls, and you're going to see a lot of diving. Everybody's fighting to move on to the next round. So that's kind of my keys to the game.
For sure. Awesome. Love it. Yeah, when you have a neutral site like this, it takes some time to get the feel for it. The depth of the gym is a lot different than the River Valley gym.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not sure about North Tama, but I'm guessing that they have maybe a little bit of a smaller gym, but maybe not. I'm not sure.
Yep.
And never been there. So,
nope, me neither.
That just getting those jitters out, like you said, and figuring your rhythm and getting in that rhythm. Really executing your game plan that you have practiced this whole season and even a little bit in the summertime, just making sure that you're doing what's best for your team. And so we are going to step aside and hear from a couple of our sponsors, and we'll come back and we'll get ready for the first serve. So thank you so much to Matt Nobles for joining me here on this Fuller Digital Solutions stream. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. We'll get to all of them here shortly, but first we are going to hear from the Iowa Girls Athletic Association and be back here in a couple minutes.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union encourages positive behavior.
Pride, respect, leadership, and sportsmanship on the court and in the stands. Remember what a great privilege it is to see your team compete.
Thank you for your attendance. Enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
Sometimes I worry.
Sometimes I'm scared.
Sometimes I'm overwhelmed.
Sometimes I cry.
And that's okay, because sometimes is not all the time.
It will be okay. You got this.
You got this.
You got this.
Boley Construction in Kingsley has been your demolition and excavation earth-moving specialists since 1970. They are also leaders in conservation work and proud to support the area communities. Boley Construction is also proud to be part of Kingsley and committed to Northwest Iowa, a business built on helping you build. So the next time you are thinking of starting your construction project, call the earth-moving specialists first at Boley Construction in Kingsley, 378-2364.
You will like it here. Beautiful Cherokee County, Iowa, nestled in the Little Sioux River Valley in the heart of Northwest Iowa. People care and support each other and work together to help our communities, business, industrial, medical, educational, and agricultural opportunities thrive. Each season offers recreational activities, historical events, and cultural entertainment, making living here enjoyable. Come stay or play. Go to www.cherokeeia.com now.
Thank you for watching this exclusive broadcast on Fuller Digital Solutions. To receive notifications and links about your favorite team's live streams, join our text club by scanning this QR code. or text the word on the screen to the number shown. If your business would like to be a sponsor on broadcasts like this, please reach out to us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Join us all year long for coverage of your favorite team on Fuller Digital Solutions.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Jen Ollendorf aside Matt Nobles here, and we are about ready to take off with the River Valley Wolverines and North Tama Redhawks. We'll go ahead and get rid of the, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so run down a little bit. Assists per set. Redhawks are at 896 to the Wolverines 916. Kills 962 for the Redhawks for the 995 of the Wolverines. And the Redhawks are going to have the serve. Kill efficiencies, this is huge. So kill efficiencies for the Redhawks, they're at 222 while the Wolverines are at 233. So not too different there. They seem like a pretty well organized team here. And there's a pass up by the Wolverines, and they're going to go outside to Law. She's going to go deep corner, dug by Tama. And that's going to go to the outside.
Big block.
Great block,
Big block
by the River Valley Wolverines. And I believe that's Kazora, number 10. Nope. Dossel, right?
Sunny Todd.
Dossel and Sunny Todd.
Dossel, yep.
That was wonderful, wonderful. Oh, yeah, Dossel is the first server. So, yes, that would be her. And then we'll go ahead and get the point up for you guys. And that ball, and it goes out of bounds, but the line judge is going to say that that is a point to the Redhawks from a touch. Tied up 1-1 here in this first set. And yeah, you know, looking back at their 5 games the Redhawks have played, they are not easy feats by any some sort of the word. And here comes an outside attack. And they're going to match it, but that ball is going to go out of bounds and off the block. And that was Kazora, number 0.
Yes, correct.
Yes, so we have 2-1 in this first set. River Valley versus North Tama.
Little discussion. They're going to flip the call. Touch. There was a touch called, but it went out of bounds. So River Valley point.
Okay. Okay, now they're going to go back.
Flipped it back.
You want me to explain that one?
Sure.
All right, so when you're a line judge, if you call the ball out, that means that it was hit by the player out of bounds. But if you call a touch, then it was touched by the blocking team.
Gotcha.
So as a line judge, you have to know exactly what you are doing. Because otherwise your R1, which is your ref that's up, is going to go just like he did, try to overturn it. So serve is up by the Redhawks, and here comes a set by Dossel. She did go underneath the net for point number 3 to the Redhawks. So big difference there between club volleyball, which both of our daughters play, and high school volleyball, which hopefully someday they get rid of this rule. But you cannot cross that center line underneath the net. Even if your knee breaks that center line, you will be called as, like, quote-unquote, in the net. Here comes an outside attack by Law. She goes down the line, dug by the Redhawks, and here comes an outside attack. Wow.
Big
good
swing.
dig, but that ball goes out of bounds. Good try there, but I think that's Getch, right? Number 12?
Yes.
Number 12,
yeah,
yes.
that's Alana Getch there.
We're kind of high up, so it's hard to see some numbers.
Big swing there by number 9, Cruz Ewalt. She was the one to watch there in the pregame that we spoke about. Sunny Todd.
And we have a score of 4-2.
Nice job there by Sunny Todd of that joust at the net.
For sure. Serve by Law is up. Passed up by the Redhawks. Good pass, staying in front of that 10-foot line. And here comes the right side attack, just tipped over the net. Dug up by Law in the back row, and Getch just kind of sends it over. They got to make sure that they go deep.
Nice dig
this
there.
Redhawk team looks like they are really going to hammer that ball.
Dig there by J.C. Jacobson. Maya Dossel is going to back set to Sunny Todd into the block, and then it's going to sail out of bounds. River Valley gets the side out. J.C. Jacobson's going to head back to serve.
Okay, did you notice what the line judge did with that? She did the touch.
Okay.
Instead of calling it out, she did the touch.
Yep.
Because that went off of the block. All right, here comes the set by Nora Tama. Blocked by, I believe that's Schlinger. Yes. Schlinger and Getch. And it goes off of the hands of Schlinger and out of bounds because her core was not turned back into that zone 6, the middle of the court. And when you don't turn your core in and get those hands turned, they are going to tool off of you as a blocker all day long. That's a good hard serve there by North Tama. And here comes just a pushover by Getch. They're going to call a double on her. They had that little bit of a spin.
Yep.
I have not been keeping track of errors, but I'm guessing that's, what do you think, 4 errors so far?
Couple.
On the River Valley Wolverines?
Yep, first set jitters.
That's right.
Service error there by Ewalt. River Valley's going to get the side out.
We're going to have a substitution. Wow, that's a hard word for me to say today. Substitution.
One of the three Dossels is going to head back to serve. That's Addie.
Woo!
Addie's a junior. Going to get the ace there off of Ewalt.
Great serve. They have that hard float serve, and it just gets that pocket of air, and it moves a little bit. And she's got a little bit of a top spin on it, but not much. And they're going to just push that over. Good help there by Dossel up in the front row, and that's going to get pushed over by Getch. But I really thought there was a little bit of a spin on that. I thought maybe they were going to call her on a double, and that would be, I thought 4 hits as well. But it looked like it did go over that top of the net.
Didn't look like there was a touch.
Yeah, for sure.
They got the point anyway, so.
That's right, for sure. All right, so we have number 10, that's Addie Dossel on the back service line, passed up by the libero of the Redhawks. Here we go with an outside attack by number 17 of the Redhawks, and that is going to be Harper Roush. She's only Lily Sell. She's a freshman, outside hitter. She is not short, and she is built. She has definitely spent some time in the weight room. Outside attack by Getch, pushes it over. She was off the net. Not a lot of a transition on her. I did say that the other day when I was calling the game. One of the keys for the match was for the River Valley Wolverines is they have to make sure that as hitters, you have to transition. You have to get back to your hitting line, which is that 10-foot line, to make sure that you're giving your setter the most. Ooh, there's a serve in the net. But to give your setter just that a little bit of a confidence boost too, because as a hitter, if you don't get your full transition in, you feel off, you might sail it out of bounds, you might get a tip, just to the back corner.
It's 10-7,
10-7, there we go. Sorry about that.
Yep, you're good.
Serve up by the Redhawks, dug to pass
good
up by
attack
the Wolverines.
there.
Good attack by Law. Wow.
Nice in-rhythm swing there by Addie Law. Good setup there by Maya Dossel.
Yes.
And Law brings the hammer.
Very good sequence, and she went short cross on that. If you saw her transition, she did get back really well. And then when you get back and you keep that ball out in front of you, you're able to do different hits and be able to go around the block or hit into the block on the outside of the block.
Nice dig there by Elena Getch.
For sure. Pass up by the Redhawks. They go outside to
Big
the freshman. Beautiful block by Todd and
Sunny Todd and Maya Dossel again.
That is Dossel. That's two.
The
two
seniors
blocks.
Doing work at the net.
They really made sure, though. Did you see where they were all turned? Their hips got turned, and they pushed that ball into the score is wrong on the scoreboard. But mine's right. Mine's right. It is 10-9. They gave the point there to the Redhawks, but it was the River Valley Wolverines ball. That ball is going to be hit by Law. She just reaches so high above that block and goes in for a wonderful, wonderful attack. So it should be 10-10. I hope they do a score check here quick. But it should be 10-10.
Good serve there.
See how she had to hit that ball behind her head? They overran the set. Here comes a middle
Sunny
attack,
Todd,
and that
right on the line.
right in. Oh, I might be wrong. They have 11-9.
Yep.
Maybe I am wrong.
Wolverines,
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Wolverines got their first lead of the match, and Schlinger's back to serve again.
Good serve.
Shank.
Beautiful serve. That would be Natalie Schlinger. And we're going to have a quick timeout. Red Hawks are going to take their first timeout, and we're going to go ahead and step aside here and hear from some of our sponsors. Again, Jen Ohlendorf here with Matt Nobles, and we're going to go ahead and hear from Holstein Manufacturing in Holstein, Iowa.
Introducing the robust workhorse from Holstein Manufacturing, the HFAB Ultra Tilt Bed Trailer.
Whether you are hauling heavy equipment or delivering precious cargo, our tilt bed trailers, ranging from 20 to 28 feet in length, are engineered with strength and designed to handle it with ease. Forget the hassles of ramps. They're built to tilt. Tilt bed trailers at Holstein Manufacturing.
Holstein Manufacturing.
And online at holsteinmfg.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Jen Ohlendorf with Matt Nobles, and we had a little jarring going back and forth here with the student sections. I kind of like it, and I got to tell you, Matt, it's kind of nice that I don't have to do all the talking, so thank you so much, because, you know, it gets a little, like, I don't know if it gets repetitive, maybe.
No, you're good.
It's just kind of nice taking a little bit of a break, so
yep.
Thank you so much for
River
coming
Valley
with me
able to
tonight.
get a point there as the Redhawks not able to push that ball over.
Woo.
Big swing.
That's that freshman, number 17.
6? Yeah. They look the exact
Lily
same.
Sell. Which one, 16 and 17?
16 and 17 look very similar.
Yeah. Briar Blake is the other one that's in right now, and she's a senior.
Good up there by JC Jacobson.
Ooh, good save by the setter. Setter is front row, so she was able to do that. Number 9 comes down with the kill, goes off of the block. That's Cruz Ewald. She's a junior for the Red Hawks. Score of 13-11.
The Wolverines need to recognize where she's at on the court because they're going to her every time.
Yeah, she's very dynamic. Very, very dynamic. Ooh, nice swing by Law. That's going to be passed over. Law does go up to joust.
Wow.
There's a beautiful block. Good job by Wall to see that, put the roof up and push it back down.
Awesome volley there.
For sure, for sure. Good sequence. We got Dossel on the back service line, number 8, senior setter. River Valley is really coming out firing on all cylinders.
They are.
Serve is up, hits the top of the net, but it is passed up by the Red Hawks. And here comes an outside attack by number 9, which is that Cruz Ewald again. Again, you got to make sure you know where she's at as well. She's very dynamic with her swing, and it looks like she sees the block well. The other thing that I really can't tell if the back row is talking to their front row. You know, it's just hard to tell, hard to hear up here as well. Short serve by the Red Hawks, passed
Good
up
dig there by Getch.
Yep. Good job by Law handling that ball to go short cross. Tipped over by the Red Hawks. Goes off the fingertips, and it looked like almost a double, but it wasn't. Ooh, nice job, but it goes
she
out
just
of bounds.
pushed it long.
Shoot.
The right idea. Right
Yeah,
idea.
For sure. Definitely the right idea. Just maybe, 6 inches out?
Yeah.
Maybe. Again, number 1 here for the Red Hawks is Hayden Wilson, sophomore, and DS.
Oh.
That's going to be pushed deep. Good
What
hustle.
a save.
Is that Getch? Ooh, shoot.
Yeah.
Good hustle by Getch. And then hits the top of the tape and comes back down for an error on the River Valley Wolverines.
Maya Dossel just tried to dump that set over, and one of those blockers just poked it in that back corner. Whew, that was close. Good court recognition there by the Wolverines.
For sure. I loved how Law, did you see how she put her foot right on the line to make sure that that ball is out? The only thing that makes me nervous about that is if you get your foot too close and then it does hit it, then it'll be called a point. Outside attack coming by Ewald. It's dug up by Dossel, saved by Jacobson, and then sent over by Getch. Good deep corner zone 1. I like that a lot. Right side attack coming. That ball goes out of bounds for an error. That's number 9, which is Ewald.
Ewald on the slide.
Yeah, nice. You're learning.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's that area in the middle of the court?
Don't ask me that sort of stuff.
It's a donut, remember?
I used to call that a wheel route, but that's a football play. So Darcy taught me that that's a slide. So
That's
see,
right.
I can learn.
That's right. That's right. Just like I have no idea football stuff. So you can talk football all day long, and I'm going to think it's Japanese or something. Served by the Red Hawks is going to be done by number 3, Zoe Roush, a senior setter, GS. And that will be an ace in there for the Red Hawks, tied up 16-16 in this first set of Class 1A, Region 7. Did we say it was Region 7, right?
Region 6.
Region 6? Oh, Cherokee was Region 7.
Yep.
See, I get my games called
Yep.
messed up. Served there by the Red Hawks, passed up by the Wolverines, and here comes an outside attack by Getch, blocked by the Red Hawks, which is number 11, Kaylee Heller, and number 12, Kyla Even. They really had that ball closed, that block closed up. There was really nowhere for them to go.
That was a
Served up.
good in-rhythm attack, though, by Elena. I
For
think
sure.
the first one she's had this match.
Ooh, nice tip.
Smart. Smart little tip over there by
Into
Elena
the-
Getch.
Into the what?
Huh?
Into the what?
the donut.
Jacobson on the back service line for the Wolverines. And it is going to be passed up. Good zone one serve there. Ooh, and that's going to be just shot over by the Red Hawks. Her hands did come apart.
There's
though.
a
Did
good
you see
swing.
it? Yep.
There's Elena Getch. She said, I'm going to get into this first set. Give me a minute. And then there's a good swing.
Something that I've noticed about Law and Getch, they jump very well. And when they can get their full transition in and they can keep that ball in front of them, they're very deadly with that spike attack.
Exactly.
Just like that. That was a
Good
great
dig.
dig. Stay tight. Ooh.
Number 9, Jaden Dossel, the freshman. 3 Dossel sisters playing for the River Valley Wolverines here.
Super talented girls.
Yep. Got to be kind of nerve-wracking for mom and dad.
Right?
Corey and Aaron.
Did you ask her?
I asked Corey if he was a little nervous, and he said, I get more nervous about these games than I did my own.
I
So,
bet.
Yep.
Good job by Getch to keep that ball in and just kind of float it to the back line. Good save there by the Dossel, the freshman Dossel, and that's going to be out of bounds. Hit by Kasora. Hit it behind her head.
Yep.
She kind of overran her set and couldn't keep that ball out in front of her. I do notice that she's more of a finesse player. She's not more of a power hitter like the rest of the girls, like Law and Getch and them. But she is very good at the finesse shots and finding the open spots.
Red Hawks first to 20 here in set 1.
And we're going to have a timeout by the River Valley Wolverines. And we're also going to take a quick timeout and hear from Clark's Hardware and Furniture Store in Kingsley, Iowa. This is Jen Ohlendorf with Fuller Digital Solutions aside Matt Nobles calling the game for us.
Is your home missing something? Add style to your home with new furniture from Clark's Hardware Hometown Furniture in Kingsley, Iowa. Bedrooms, dining rooms, offices, living rooms. Clark's Hardware Hometown Furniture has something stylish for every room in your home. Plus, you'll get the personal small town service that will make your furniture buying experience extra special. When you're looking for style with a small town flair, shop Clark's Hardware Hometown Furniture in Kingsley, Iowa.
It's never too early to refine your vision for retirement. Kevin Shively, a financial advisor with Thrivent, is here to help you create a strategy that reflects your priorities. Call Kevin at 712-378-8505 to get started today.
Good time out there by Olivia Utash, the head coach of the River Valley Wolverines. Kind of sensing this first set maybe getting away.
For sure.
Ooh, nice swing.
That looked like a double.
Ooh. Little miscommunication in the back row.
Little sisterly love.
Yep. I'm sure they looked at each other and told each other they love each other.
Yeah.
So, love you.
Yeah,
Next
that's right.
point.
That's right. And that's really what you got to do. Good tip over by
Smart.
Dossel. Oh, nice job by Schlinger to see that open spot. Dug up by Addie Dossel.
Ooh.
Good try, good try. She jumped so well. Good transition. Did you see that? That was a great transition. They're going to call 4 hits on that ball.
Yep.
Gets really, she gets back really quick. She's got a hard push off on that inside foot and transitions really well there. Short serve coming, passed up by Addie Dossel. And that ball is going to sail out of bounds. It looked like she tried to hit the top of that block, but kind of missed it. And
River Valley really needs to side out here. Ewalt's making a home back there at the service line.
Hard serve coming
There
by
we go.
Ewell. Sails out of bounds.
Service error by the Red Hawks.
Yes, for sure. She did those short serves and then pushed them long. That's what we try to teach is if you're a good short server, go ahead, let it rip, go short, and then push them deep. Make sure that they're using the whole court because I'd rather see it go out that back line than in the net. Passed up by the River Valley Wolverines. And here comes a right side attack by Schlinger. She goes down the line, but it's dug by the Red Hawks. And there comes number 17.
Wow, Elena Getch just throwing her body out.
Good job. Good save. There's another good job. Good save. Wow, good hands.
Yeah.
That ball's going to be pushed short. Good pass up by Schlinger to Dossel. Here comes an outside attack by Getch. Goes off at the top of the block, and that ball was in. That ball was in. It hit that, but did you see it hit off at the top of the block? I don't know if you folks could see it, but it totally changed directions.
I think they're requesting a tip.
Oh, yep, Dossel's over there talking to the up ref.
Because the no tip was called, correct?
No touch was called. Nope, but it should have been.
Mm-hmm. Look like the up ref's going to discuss it.
And see, here's the next thing. So the line judge that called the ball out, that is her job. She must track the ball to the line. The line judge on the hitting side is the one that should be looking for the touch.
Okay.
And they are not going to call a touch. Set point here. First set point for the Red Hawks, 24-19 in this first set of the regional final. Serve is up, passed up by Jacobson to Dossel. Outside attack coming by Getch into the block and down. She needs to go to that pinky and push it out and not into the court. Back row attack.
That looked like a double.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Getch just going to push it over. Passed up by the libero, and that's going to be pushed deep. The setter, number 11, was up, and that is Kaylee Heller, junior setter. She recognized that the libero, Jacobson, was coming up, and so she just went ahead and pushed it back into that deep corner of zone 5 in for a point. All right, that's set 1, 25-19. This is Jen Ohlendorf with Matt Nobles, and we are going to take a quick break and come back and talk about some of our game adjustments that we think that the team should come up with, and we'll let you know what we think. So we'll be right back after this.
Looks aren't always the most important thing. It's what's on the inside that counts. At Pinnacle Performance, they make things look good, but wow, can they make what's on the inside count when it comes to your diesel. Farmers, when you need your truck to work as hard as you, call on the Diesel Performance Pros at Pinnacle Performance in Correctionville. Oil changes to overhauls, bumper-to-bumper bodywork, from a simple part to a performance upgrade. Trust your diesel truck to Pinnacle Performance Truck and Body in Correctionville.
Price. I agree you should consider price and compare, but don't forget to also compare what you get for that price. At Correctionville Building Center, not only will you be surprised by their competitive prices, but you'll most likely be amazed by the quality for that price. Some places offer a lower grade of lumber quality to hook you with that lower price. Get what you pay for every day at Correctionville Building Center, a better building experience.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Jen Ohlendorf with Matt Nobles here with Fuller Digital Solutions with the River Valley Wolverines taking on North Tama in this regional final. Adjustments between sets sponsored by F&B Bank in Correctionville, loyalty in serving neighbors, friends, community, and your River Valley Wolverines. Timeout sponsors over this last match was Dixon Construction, committed to building a stronger community today. So let's get into those adjustments. Matt, what do you think? Where do we need to go?
I really think the hitters for River Valley just, in rhythm swings.
Right.
There's a lot of tipping going on. I think these, Elena Getch and Addie Law and Natalie Schlinger, Sunny Todd got on a roll there, and then we kind of went away from her.
Mm-hmm.
Maya's just got to keep moving the ball around. You got hitters all over the floor. Use them,
Right.
Looks like the Red Hawks are getting a block up. Line might be available to try that. But honestly, the bodies are flying around. It's win or go home type deal. I did watch their huddle between sets. Really good senior leadership by Maya Dossel, Addie Law, some of those main key gals there for the Wolverines. One set down, They fought back against Newell Fonda. They can do it again here.
Right.
Let's even this thing up at one set apiece.
Right, awesome. Good keys there. Good block up by Kazora and Todd. And then a single
Nice
block,
dig.
but then dug by Dossel. Good dig. And here comes a free ball sent over by Law. Here comes a tempo pass, maybe, out of the middle. Yes!
Big swing, big block. Sonny
Wow.
Todd, I think, on the block again.
I think it was Sonny and Addie.
Yep,
That was pretty awesome. That was a statement.
yep.
That first
Big block.
point, that was a statement. So let's take that momentum. You definitely felt the momentum swing with that point. And here comes the Red Hawks on the attack.
Big swing.
Ooh, that was a statement there, too.
Cruz Ewalt
Yep.
on the left side.
Mhm. If you noticed, who's in the front row right now? Do you know?
For the Red Hawks.
Yep. Who's on the right side?
Um.
Number 3.
Okay.
See how short she is?
Yep.
She's their setter. I would
Okay.
definitely go to the outside, and I would go line.
There we go.
Yep. Good attack by Law. So when you have a mismatch like that on the court, your setter has to recognize it and your hitters have to recognize it. So right now with Getch in the front row, her and her setter need to be communicating and say, give me the ball, push it to the pin because I'm hitting line.
Outside to Ewalt.
That's right. Blocked. I don't even
Looked
know
like
if it went over.
Looked like
did
it might have hit the antenna.
Yep, for sure. They did call it a 4. Point goes to River Valley Wolverines. Point 3-1. in the
Good
second
start
set.
here.
For sure, yeah. Served by Law. Goes off
Nice
the top
tape
of the
shot.
net. For sure. Outside attack coming, and that goes right at Law. She goes high hand with it, but unable to control it. Kind of
She
pushed her
saved
down.
her face.
She did, and they're beautiful faces. They need to save them. That's
Quick
for
hands.
Sure. That's right.
What a swing there by Ewalt. Holy cow.
She's really bringing the power. And I think that River Valley needs to make sure they match that tempo. So if they're
Good
gonna
swing.
put up a
Yep.
block just like that, they need
Yep.
to hit into the block. 'cause
Pound
their
that.
block's not that strong.
Pound that sucker.
That's right. Find the weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a seam, your back row libero and your back row defensive specialist should be telling those hitters, seam, seam, seam. Ooh, scramble
little
there.
miscommunication.
Yep. Here we go. It's a set up by Jacobson, and that did
Double.
have quite a bit of spin on it. Something that I always like to tell my liberos, you got that different color jersey on for a reason. Use your arms,
Yep.
get your butt down, give them a good pass set, and
Yep.
you're good to go.
Yep.
And maybe a
Ewalt-
little nerves.
Ewalt back to serve.
Oh, yeah.
She kind of
rattled
ripped
that
off
stick.
quite a few there in that first set.
Great pass. Here
Be
comes
good to get a
the
quick side out.
Schlinger on the middle attack.
Nice dig.
Good scramble here coming. That's right. What's open? Did you see those corners?
Back
They were
corner,
sucked
yep.
up so tight.
Yep.
They're going to call a
Oh.
double. Yep. Right call. It did have that spin on it.
Yep.
And the other thing that I noticed when I was watching the Cherokee match the other night, too, is they will call the doubles. I know they say that they're getting away from them, but if your hips are not squared up to where you're pushing that ball, they're going to call you on a double.
Good job by Wolverines getting a quick side out there with Ewalt back serving there.
That's right. You always want to keep your opponents under the run of 3 rule. So if they are on a 3-point run, you want to make sure you get a side out real quick because you do not want them to get that 4th point.
Good court recognition there by the Wolverines to let that one sail long.
That's right.
Back row attack there by Ewalt.
Good serve. Is that another Dossel? That is another Dossel, isn't it? Number 10?
Yeah, all
Yeah,
3 of them
Addie.
are on the court right now.
How would you feel if you had 3 daughters playing on the court in this final match?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably need a puke bucket.
It's bad enough when you have 1, right?
I know, yep.
Here comes a middle attack by Schlinger. Read that really well. Had a 1-step transition and went in for the hit and was not scared.
Big
Ooh.
swing. Big swing by Getch.
Amazing swing. She was they're going to have a timeout on the Red
Yep.
Hawks. We'll come back and I'll explain that hit just a little bit. This is Jen Ohlendorf with Matt Nobles, and we'll take a quick break and hear from the Correctionville Building Center. They're in Correctionville.
Price. I agree you should consider price and compare, but don't forget to also compare what you get for that price. At Correctionville Building Center, not only will you be surprised by their competitive prices, but you'll most likely be amazed by the quality for that price. Some places offer a lower grade of lumber quality to hook you with that lower price. Get what you pay for every day at Correctionville Building Center, a better building experience.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Jen Ollendorf with Matt Nobles, and we are here in this Class 1A regional final. The River Valley Wolverines on that last sequence, what they did was, they were all scrambling, and if you notice that Getch was kind of pulled off a little bit, but she was in that 3 slot in between the middle and the outside. Good timeout by the
Good
Red
timeout there by Coach Channing Halstead. Got the Wolverines out of rhythm there from the service line, got the side out.
Yep, definitely froze her up a little bit.
Yep.
Good timeout. Served by the libero of the Red Hawks, goes off at the top of the tape. Dalsel gets a hand on it, but then overpass. Beautiful block by Schlinger. And another beautiful block by Schlinger. And is that Dossel? That is Dossel on the outside. Dig up by the Addie Dossel, and they're going to push that ball outside to Getch. And here comes an outside attack by the Red Hawks. Nice little slide. We call that a rip, actually. And free ball sent over. Good spot. Zone 1. You always want to go into zone 1. And most of the time you can catch the setter off rhythm, and they're transitioning up to the net. So if you push it to that zone 1, you can usually get a good quick kill.
Natalie Schlinger doesn't look that big, but she is a dog at the net.
She is a jumper.
Oh, she is tough to get around right now.
She's tough as nails.
Yep.
That girl is tough. And fast. Very fast. Good tip, but she needs to go to that extreme corner. Right? Good sight there by the Red Hawks, recognizing that the Wolverines were pushed up to cover that hit and nobody was transitioned back yet. But when you saw Getch come up to hit that and she just tipped it over, their left side attacker was coming over to dig that tip. So you got to make sure you can push that to the extreme over on that short cross. Serving error on the Red Hawks, I believe.
Yep.
6-9. Sorry, I was a little behind on the score there, folks.
This is Kaya Paris, a junior, coming in to serve here for River Valley.
She had quite a few serves the other night against Newell Fonda. Here comes a middle attack. Oh, good pancake.
Nice pancake, yep.
Good job by Law just pushing that ball over to keep it in play. And oh shoot. It's all right. Addie Todd, she was over there on the right side of the defense for the Wolverines, and she got a hand on it, not knowing that Paris was there to dig that up.
Yeah.
And just one of those things, you don't want the ball to drop, but you also need to know where your teammates are in addition to where you are. So here comes an outside attack by Law, goes high above the block, way above the block. Outside attack coming. Again, number 17 went above the block. That's Lily Sell. Good handle there by Law, and another outside attack, tipped over the block, dug up by number 10, Addie Dossel, and then just tip push there into the middle of the court, that donut. Oh, that's interesting. And that's
back and forth we go. That looked like 4,
that
but
they
didn't call it.
Nope, and a tip coming. Good dig
Holy
by
cow.
Jacobson. Pushed over by Law, and here comes another pushover. Way to see that. Dossel goes up and pushes that ball back over. This is a good rally. Nobody's given up.
Put it away, Addie.
There it is.
What a dig.
Great swing. Ooh.
Oh.
And Schlinger, it looked like Schlinger almost went over too far to Dossel and kind of hit the side of her foot and then went down.
I feel like everybody should go to the bench and get a drink after that.
I think so.
That was a crazy scramble.
Or maybe a drink of Gatorade to replenish the sweat that they had during that one. Good hustle. Oh, good hustle. Tied up 9-9 here, Matt.
Here they come.
Do you call a timeout or not?
I give it one more.
Okay. Good call. Because I believe River Valley has both timeouts. Red Hawks.
Ooh, service error. That's big. All right, Natalie, let her rip. Natalie Schlinger back to serve. Free ball.
10-9.
Do something with it here.
Get a swing. That a girl, Sonny.
Nice swing, Sonny.
Here comes a free ball sent over. Ooh,
yeah.
Never turn your back to the net. You never, ever turn your back to the net. If anything, you just get to the side so you can see where that net is in relationship to where you are, so you do not do that just right there.
Nice serve.
That's Natalie Schlinger. It looks like
Big
ball
swing
is
there
out
by
of the middle.
16, Briar Blake.
Yeah, she's a senior.
Yep. Back and forth we go.
I don't think I want to arm wrestle her. She's got some big guns.
Regional finals volleyball, back and forth.
Short ball dug up by Jacobson, and here comes Law with the tip. That is the right idea, but she's not close enough to the line.
Yeah.
Tied up 11-11, and if you notice, they have that mismatch right there with Law and the setter, number 3 for the Redhawks, Zoe Roush. Hope I pronounced that right. Middle attack coming by Todd. She looked to see that, but the zone 6 was open. Nobody in zone 6.
Ooh. Redhawks come firing back to get their first lead here in set 2.
For sure. She served the last one short. Think she'll go long?
Yeah.
Kinda. Not really. Outside quick set. That's what
Good
she
swing.
needed.
Good swing. Addie Law into the block, sails out of bounds.
That's right.
River Valley gets the side out.
Their setter seems to jump pretty well and gets up well, but she's not pressed over, so you can tool that ball off of her. That ball goes out of bounds. Serving error. Is that Dossel?
Yeah, Maya.
That's rare. I don't know if the last 3 games that I've called for River Valley, I don't know if I've seen her have a serving error. I really don't.
Yeah.
Short ball served to Law. Dossel with the save. Law
Nice
gets
swing.
up, swings it down. Again, there's a weakness right there between that number 3 of the Redhawks and number 12 of the Redhawks, and they're going to have a substitution because the Wolverines were seeing that, recognizing it, and going right to her. So number 10 is going to come in for the Redhawks. That's Faith Darvik. I hope I said that right too.
Addie Law back to serve here.
Tied up 13-13. Here comes an outside attack.
It's Ewald.
Dug
Good
up
dig.
by Dossel. Nice dig for sure. Stay behind it. That a girl. Getch kept it in. Went to that zone 1 again.
Ewald,
Smart
big block.
play. I really want to clap, but I don't want to blow everybody's ears
Sunny
out.
Todd and Kazora. Is it Kazora?
Yes,
Okay.
Kazora. Yep.
Nice block
Anna.
there by those two.
Anna Kazora. Yep. They have Kazora as a right side middle hitter, so I'm guessing, yeah, she could probably hit that middle a little bit too.
Ooh,
That
nice
would've been
line.
nice.
Push.
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
Ooh, big swing there by Ewald.
Wow, she's dynamic.
Yep.
I like that word, dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
And she brought it too.
Tied up at 14s again.
Yep. 14 love.
14 all.
Oh, is that how it is? For
14,
tennis?
14 love and tennis works
Yeah.
too. Yep.
Pass up by number 9. That's Dossel. Gets with the hit. Goes off of the block of number 10. And it goes to that short cross. And they were actually, number 9 was pulled back for the defense coming into that donut. And that's a wonderful attack there by Getch.
I've honestly been wondering, with pickleball being the new thing,
Yeah.
do they score that the exact same as tennis?
Oh, close, I think. I don't know. I've never played it.
Me
Pass-
neither.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a slide. Slide by number 9.
Good roll.
Oh.
Whoa. Big miscommunication there by the Redhawks.
Right.
And River Valley is going to jump back out in the lead here. 16-14. JC Jacobson to serve.
Good server. She's got a really good float serve. Oh, it's even got a little down spin
Nice.
on it. Middle attack, tip, did not go over the net, so that'll go down for point 17 for the River Valley
Timeout.
Wolverines. And the Red Hawk coach is going to take a quick timeout. We'll step aside and hear from a few more of our sponsors. Again, thank you to our timeout sponsor, Dixon Construction, for sponsoring us and also having their logos in the game here. So we'll take a quick timeout and hear from Dusky's there in Kingsley. This is Jen Ollendorf with Matt Nobles. We'll be right back.
When you have an appetite, they have a solution at Dusky's East in Kingsley. Specialty pizzas, wings, calzones, wraps, burgers, sandwiches, and more. Serving lunch from 11 till 1 and dinner 4 till 8. Come in, carry out, or take advantage of curbside pickup. Dusky's East also offers mini daily specials. Check them out today on Facebook or online at Dusky's.com. Dusky's East, located on the beautiful Brookside Golf Course in Kingsley, a proud supporter of all Kingsley Pearson youth activities.
Welcome back, everybody. Jen Ollendorf alongside Matt Nobles calling this Class 1A regional final match here in
Webster City.
I always want to say Mason City or Forest City, but I never want to say Webster City.
Neutral site. We looked it up, and it was an hour and a half from North Tama, and I would say probably an hour and a half, probably an hour and 45 for River Valley. But
outside attack by Ewald goes off the top of the block.
Good dig.
Very good dig. Getch with just a roll shot over to zone 1. She needs to go just a little deeper. But number 11 has been pretty sneaky about squaring up to the net and pushing that ball over. And that time she was off a little bit further than normal. And she tried to do that and went right into the top of the net. Point 18 for the River Valley Wolverines.
JC Jacobson making a home back there.
Heck yeah, I love it. Good pass up. Here comes the middle attack by Schlinger. And they're going to call that ball in.
Ooh.
It was right in front of the coach.
Coach ain't arguing it, so.
Nope. Sometimes when you know, you know.
You know.
Point 19. Jacobson with the serve. And there's that set. And that ball goes in.
Right on the line.
Good hustle, though, by Dossel. She was close.
Yep.
I always say, when you're in doubt, you play the ball out. So
Yep.
if you think that it's somewhat close, go get it.
I was going to mention this in the pregame, Jen.
Yep.
But these seniors, they've won 83 games in their high school career, lost 31. So 73% win percentage for these seniors for River Valley. Really kind of made a name for the River Valley volleyball program.
For sure. Ooh.
Tough pass there.
It was a tight pass. That's when you need somebody like the Red Hawks, number 11, to go up and push that ball over like she's been doing.
What is she listed at for height? You have
number
there?
11. Yeah, she's listed as 5'6". I don't think that's right.
I don't think that is either. I'm going to guess 5'10", 5'11".
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Ooh.
Maybe she had a growth spurt since the beginning of the season.
Good timeout there by the Red Hawks. Came charging back and made this a 2-point game here in set 2. Ewald's going to go back to serve. River Valley needs a side out here.
They get this one, and then they'll stop that run of 3. And that's just a free ball sent over by Dossel. Good spot there by Dossel, and here comes an attack by the senior.
Oh, boy.
Or that's the freshman. Sorry, that's the freshman, number 17, Lily Sell. And here's Sell on the way again. She goes right off of the top of Schlinger's hands. She reaches super high. And there's that timeout. She got those 3 points, and there's that timeout. All right, we'll also take another timeout. Jen Ollendorf with Matt Nobles. And we'll come back after we hear from Jim Harvey Insurance in Kingsley.
The Kingsley Pearson Panthers have a strong legacy of success, just like the Jim Harvey Insurance Agency, located in downtown Kingsley. When you want personalized insurance, you can turn to Cole, Bart, Dave, Dotine, or Jessica at the Jim Harvey Agency. Personalized service, personalized products from a team of professionals you can trust. Call the Jim Harvey Insurance Agency in Kingsley today, 378-2830, proud supporters of the Kingsley Pearson Panthers.
Welcome in, everybody. Jen Ollendorf aside Matt Nobles here in this Class 1A regional final. North Tama at the service line, serves to Jacobson, passed up to Dossel. Good attack by Schlinger. Again, she don't look very big, but man, she can jump.
Yep.
And she's not scared.
No.
She is fearless, and I love that about her. You can't be scared to make a mistake.
Nope.
But if you make a mistake, you have to learn from it. Middle attack coming by the Red Hawks. They go pinky down to zone 1 of the Wolverines. And that is Addie Dossel unable to get around it looked like she almost got sucked in behind the block instead of staying on the outside of the block. Point 19 to the Red Hawks, 20-19 here in the second set. Red Hawks took the first set. See, that might have been close to being out.
Oh boy.
Here comes the free ball sent over.
Good spot.
Good job. Middle attack coming.
Big
Blocked.
swing, big block.
Woo! I think that was Getch.
Yep.
And I think Schlinger was closing to it, but she was a little bit late. But I think Getch got all that.
Good time for that too.
Definitely. Point 21. Wolverines are up by 2, 21-19, with Paris, number 3, coming in to do the serving for, is that Getch? Yeah, Getch went out. Serve by Paris. Good serve, deep 5, zone 5, in between 5 and 6. Outside attack coming, blocked by Dossel, but her hands were turned just a little bit.
Yep.
You gotta, when you're on the right side and you're a pin blocker, you really gotta tuck the core and push in with that outside hand so they do not tool off of you. Hard serve there by the Red Hawks, passed up by the Wolverines, and here comes Schlinger, dug up by the Red Hawks, and now they're going to go for an outside attack off of the top of the block. It almost looked like Dossel was on her heels just a little bit and had to go backwards. You know, they get that momentum forward. She had to take a quick step back to go forward, and that takes so much time. You just really have to make sure that you're staying forward and aggressive on that ball.
Tight. Service error, big one.
That's a mental error right there.
Yep.
You got to keep the ball in play. That's going to be our keys to the next set. Minimize the errors.
Schlinger back to serve here for River Valley.
Tough server. Good pass up by the Red Hawks. Tip over the block, dug up. Nice job by Dossel. That's Addie, right? Yes, Addie Dossel. Outside attack goes off of the edge of the block to Law. Good hustle by Dossel.
Good swing.
Beautiful.
Addie Law. Big swing there.
Beautiful sequence.
Big point for River Valley. 2 points away from taking set 2.
This is where you finish. You really got to finish. Shoot. That's another mental error. You got to make sure that you're controlling your serve. It doesn't have to be an ace.
Yep.
You got to get that ball in, especially a tight game like this and you're down 1 set. You got to keep that ball in. Red Hawks, remember, this one served really short, so we'll see if it goes to Jacobson. Yep. Right to Jacobson, up to Dossel. Outside attack coming by Law. Block is up. Law does go right into the block, and then they're going to call it double.
They're going to call it double.
I thought it touched Law, but maybe not. I don't think it did. Set point. We got set point for the River Valley Wolverines.
Maya Dossel, a senior, back to serve here.
Great server. Wonderful server. She's got the aces, though, doesn't she? Does she have the aces for the Wolverines? Yeah.
I think so.
Outside
big swing
attack
there by
Ewalt.
Ewalt.
Mm-hmm. When she swings, if you can pause this video on her swing, when she connects with that ball, she is almost in a V.
Yeah.
She puts that much effort and extension into that ball. Short serve off the top of the net,
serve.
dug by Jacobson. Outside the
Good
wall,
swing by
off
Addie.
the top of the block. Beautiful block. And a great tool off of that.
We're tied up.
Point to the River Valley Wolverines. We are tied up 1-1 with the set count. And we're going to step aside and hear from some more of our sponsors. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors here for this stream. Streaming sponsor by Sioux Valley Automotive. Pre-match sponsor was Quimby Golf Course. Keys to the match, Joy Auto. Adjustments between sets, which we will get to, is F&B Bank there in Correctionville. And our timeout sponsor, Dixon Construction. Jen Ollendorf with Matt Nobles. We will be right back with the rest of your Fuller Digital stream for the River Valley Wolverines and the Red Hawks after a short break.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame, not just embroidery.
and small town living, close to all the big city amenities. The Ridge in Mobile. Just a few minutes from Sioux City, this growing development has affordably priced lots to accommodate any home, as well as move-in ready new homes. The Ridge is adjacent to Mobille's award-winning golf course and features city utilities and an on-site park, all in a vibrant community with an outstanding K-12 school, parks, pool, and more. For available lots, visit theridgemobile.com today. The Ridge in Mobile.
It's never too early to refine your vision for retirement. Kevin Scheidley, a financial advisor with Thrivent, is here to help you create a strategy that reflects your priorities. Call Kevin at 712-378-8505 to get started today.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Jen Ollendorf with Matt Nobles. Second set went to the River Valley Wolverines. I feel like they cleaned it up a little bit.
Yep, exactly.
And they kept swinging.
And showing a lot of grit. There's body flying all over the place trying to keep that ball off the floor,
Yes, for sure. I felt like that first set, they were jittery first.
Yep.
Second, they were tipping way too much.
Yep.
I have a 10-to-1 ratio that I like to use. You tip one time to your 10 swings.
Yep.
So I really felt like they swung really hard. They continued to tool off of the block. They were not scared to hit the block because they have good coverage.
Yeah.
So continue to swing, swing, swing. Short serve.
Service error.
Out of bounds. Wow. That's hard. You give that first point away, really. You got to make sure you focus in. She's done a good job serving those shorts. She serves from zone 1 all the way over to the other side of the court. You just step in a little and keep that ball in play.
Nice serve there by Maya Dossel.
Ooh, that'd be a double if I was calling.
Whew. Ewalt puts that away from the left-hand side.
I felt like the block was late.
Yep.
They weren't quite up yet and ready to go. Number 1 comes in to do the serving, which is Hayden Wilson, a sophomore DS, 5'3". I bet you she's all of the 5'3". Dossel with the set, out to Law, goes quick on the tempo.
Nice dig there by the Red Hawks.
For sure. Go get it.
Ooh.
Good hustle. They tried. Did you know, ready for this quick fact?
Okay.
Did you know that if that ball were to go outside of the antenna, that the River Valley Wolverines could go on the other side of the net on the outside, bring that ball back on the outside, and then push that ball back over?
And then push it over?
Yep. Yep. Back row free ball
Free
coming.
ball.
Let's see. Run tempo. Middle attack by Todd.
Nice swing there by Sonny.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That was a really smart play.
She just gets enough on it. And, that was almost a roll shot, but everything looks the same, so it's hard to gauge what she's doing. And that's Cruz Ewalt. She's only a junior. Big swing there by Addie Law to get
That's
the side out. Yeah, that was
I like
a great
seeing
swing.
her ripping it.
Yep.
No holding back.
Yep.
Get the arm up high, bring it through, snap high, finish high.
Beautiful setup there by Dossel.
For sure.
Gave her a perfect ball.
And that's why she has that many assists.
Nice serve.
Beautiful serve. Pass up to the outside. That ball is...
Whoa.
I thought it was in. Maybe.
I thought it touched Maya Dossel, but we're high up here. I don't know.
We are really high. It's hard to see. I'm sure you guys can tell by with that camera zoom.
Oh.
That ball goes out. So we are Red Hawks 4 to the Wolverines 3. Law comes out while number 9, Jaden Dossel, goes in to play the back row.
It was a good serve by Addie Law there trying to push that back line.
Oh, for sure.
Because it was darn close.
Well, she went really, really short that first one,
Yep.
so it brought him in. So I don't blame her. I would have, too. Pass up by Jacobson to Dossel. Outside to Getch. Goes off of the center of the block.
Oh.
Good dig, good scramble. Ooh, nice set by Kazora.
Yes.
I love it when they stomp the ground like that after they get that kill.
Yes.
Like to give a quick shout out to our Fuller Digital family back in the office helping us out just in case we have any issues. That'll be Kyle Jurgensen, Gabe Fuller, and Simon Fuller. And I know Simon would love it if I say that was a beautiful spike.
Big block there by
block.
Natalie Schlinger. That thing had English on it. It was
For
out of
sure.
bounds and it came back in and hit the line.
It had that little bit of a spin on it, and it just kind of kind of spun right back in like a curveball. We
Yeah.
can saw a curveball. I know that part.
It was like English on a pool ball.
Yes. Served by Jacobson, passed it by the libero of the Red Hawks, and here comes the middle attack, goes out of bounds.
Long.
They're asking for a touch, but I think it cleared the block.
I did
don't
too.
even think
Yep.
it touched any of it, so that'll be out of bounds. A hitting error there for the Red Hawks. Pendulum swung here on that momentum.
Second set in a row that J.C. Jacobson's been hanging out at the service front line here.
Ewalt on the back service line. That didn't touch the block, so
Nope.
that'll go down
That's
for a
4.
hitting error.
Yep.
And that's how many errors in a row?
Not sure. I don't keep track.
That's 3 errors in a
Is
row.
it?
2 hitting errors, and then 2 errors, because then that was a block put back in. Ewalt goes to the line.
That was a
Zora
better
didn't
swing.
quite get over. Yeah, for sure. She recognized that block was starting to come in on her because
Yep.
she hits a lot of short cross.
Yep.
And so that block was coming in. They were cheating in, and then she just turns it, goes right down the line for a kill. Smart play by her. She's only a junior. Yeah, she's got a lot of good volleyball left in her. Pass up by Getch. Right side attack coming by Kazora. Just a quick little, side step and keeps that ball in. And the ball's going to be called in. It did look like it was out, but I didn't see it much because Jacobson was sliding.
Yep. That was a better swing by Kazora because she made an adjustment after sailing a couple of those long. Much better job by her.
For sure. Good serve. Ewalt's got a tough serve. Free ball coming.
Ooh.
I might call that a double. Ooh,
Oh.
again. Is that going to be a docile conversation on the way home?
Next ball. They didn't even look at each other, so it's just like, my bad.
Yep. That's twice, though.
Yep.
Out. Ooh, that would have went in, I think. That would have dropped in. Good hustle by Schlinger, goes off the top of her fingers, and that's going to be pushed over by number 11. She's done that quite a bit, Kaylee Heller.
Elena.
That is a beautiful way to see that there was that weakness in the block where they were not roofed over the net, and it just waterfalled right down the front of
Nice
them.
swing into that block.
For sure.
Separated the hands.
Yep. Pass up by the Red Hawks. Outside attack coming. Off of the top of the block, and nobody there to pass it up, so that'll go down for a kill for number 17, Lily Sell, the freshman. I'll bet how much do you want to bet that she's a pitcher?
Yeah.
With the long body,
Yep.
very toned.
Nice joust at the net there.
Good net play. Networking.
Yes. Yep.
Middle attack coming by the senior Red Hawk.
Schlinger.
Great block. You put number 16, Blair Blake, a senior, and number 17, Lily Sell, the freshman.
Yep.
It says that Lily Sell is 5'11", and Blair Blake is 5'8", but I'll bet you
They look like
they're
twins.
the same height.
Yep.
They do look like twins. The only thing I can tell difference, the one's got the knee brace.
Getch. Another nice.
4, double.
That's 4.
Lift.
Yep.
How I don't know which one you want to call, but
Yep. Either way.
4 hit, double, lift, all of it.
Another good swing by Elena.
Tied up.
Elena's
9-9.
kind of getting in flow here.
Oh, for sure. And she's got to keep swinging.
Dang it, and then she comes out.
I know.
But only for one, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Once Paris is done serving, she's going to go back in.
Ooh.
Nice ace. That was some English.
Yep.
Well, what's the backspin, right? Backspin on pool? Isn't that what that's called instead of English? It's backspin.
Yep.
It almost looked like it hit the bottom of the net and then just kind of spun up and over it.
Yep.
Outside attack coming.
Nice
by
dig.
number 17, that freshman Lily Sell. Here comes Law with just a tip into the center. They've done a lot of tipping into the center, and I really think that they need to start. Ooh, good hustle by Dossel.
Good push to that back corner by number 11, Kaylee Heller, the setter.
My adjustment that I would make mid-match, if Law is going to be up front with number 11, I would tell Law to mirror her. So if there was a ball that was tight to the net, you go up and you block her.
Good push over there by J.C. Jacobson.
Yep. Tip coming.
Tough pass.
Dug by Dossel. Good try by Jacobson to get her foot underneath of it. Tied up. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 11-10. My fault.
That was a nice job by the freshman. That pass was tight to the net, and she just poked it over, took care of it.
For sure. Smart play.
Put it in play.
Getch with the pass.
Oh boy.
Good hustle there by
It's 4.
Schlinger, but that'll be 4 hits. That's 2. One more. I just saw the assistant coach in the red look at Olivia and say, 1 more. They'll get it. Yep.
Service error again.
It's the second time, too.
I know.
Because when they got on a 2-0 run the last time and she was back serving, she served that third one in the net. So that is the second time that she's done that. Smart
Natalie
talk.
Schlinger back to serve. Yep.
Smart talk by the assistant coach there.
Good serve.
That ball's a little tight, but saved. That'll be
Big
swung
swing
on.
by the freshman again.
Yep. You see Law was talking to Sunny. You got to make sure you get your hips turned and get those hands turned in. It did look like Sunny's hips were a little open, which is why that ball went out of bounds. 13-11. Short server, remember. She's going to go to Jacobson. There. Ooh, that was a little deeper. Good save. Ooh, that's 4. Good save by Getch, but I feel like she got that one arm there that she could have got the second one there too and controlled it just a little bit better. They got to make sure, keep composure. Keep composure here. Serve is up. Goes to JC Jacobson and saved by Getch. Wall pushes it over. I'd look for an outside attack. Yep. Goes down the line and out. Just misses too.
No touch.
Nope. The block was not there. Smart play by Ewald. She saw that it was open, but she just turned a little too overcompensated with that hand.
Yep, right idea. Maya Dossel back to serve.
She's got a great serve. Scramble here, out of system. Free ball coming.
Use it.
Good hands by Jacobson, and outside attack by Law goes off of the block. That ball was down. There was no pancake on that. Wolverines are coming back. That's 2 points. And they're going to change up their serve receive and bring Ewalt back and have one on the back service line. This is where I'd like to drop it short. Yeah, not really, but here's this outside set to Ewalt. She kind of roll shots it over. Jacobson goes to get it. It goes right into the net, but Kazora and Todd weren't quite ready to help dig that ball out of the net.
See, that's where Ewalt continuing to smoke it keeps Jacobson back on her heels, and that roll shot works perfect because she's expecting a fastball, and never mind, here comes a changeup.
Technically for defense should be Addie Law with that roll shot in the center. She's got enough time to read it. She should be going to dig that up. Good job by...
Nice job.
That's right. Law sees that goes right off of the top of the block. She's got that mismatch with that setter number 3 in the front row. I would go all day long right into her hands. All day. Use and abuse the setter's hands. I mean, not like, I don't want her to get hurt, but it's a competitive game. Ooh, nice swing.
Just use the mismatch to your advantage.
That's right, that's right. That looked like a double. Did you see that second arm come out?
Yep.
Outside attack, and that ball is nice.
Good dig.
Woo! Tied up 15-15. Great swing. And see, you have Law that went back to the serving line, and Getch was swinging, and Law has been going line, so they're starting to adjust over, and then you get Getch up in that front row, and she does that short cross. And
good dig, Maya.
There. Great job, good dig. Middle attack goes off of the high hand. Kazora looked like she was going to get there, but Todd looked like she was going too, and it was just that, like you said, miscommunication. The more you talk in volleyball, the better off you are. You can't talk enough.
Yeah.
No volleyball coach will ever tell you to be quiet.
Right.
Ever. If they do, come talk to me. Serve to Jacobson. Looks like they've really been pounding to Jacobson. Goes off of the block, dug by Getch. Dossel on the hustle. Good pushover by Getch, which goes down and in for a point. It was tight on the net, and she just kind of tried to keep it in play, which is sometimes what you have to do. It doesn't have to be the hardest hit or the perfect placed ball. You just got to keep the ball in play. Tied up 16-16. The R2 goes over to talk to the back row player of the Redhawks just to make sure she's okay. Pass up by the libero to number 11. Outside attack. Goes off of the block of Schlinger and hits the antenna, so that'll be a ball out. And I do see Olivia telling her, make sure you get those hips around and push into that zone 6.
Ewalt back to serve again for the Redhawks.
She's been back there a lot.
Yep, Wolverines need a quick side out here.
Definitely. Down by 1.
Nasty serve. Good dig there by Elena Getch.
Good adjustment by Kozora. She went down that line. Way to transition, Jacobson. That was perfect. Getch stays behind the ball, keeps it on her hitting shoulder, and just handles it well. Tip over top of the block. Jacobson's there to dig it, and here comes Kozora on a little bit of the slide. Looked like kind of a tip. And here comes the outside hitter, the freshman, which is
Good
Sells.
dig.
Good hustle.
Bodies flying.
Yes. Ooh. Ooh.
Whoa.
Love this play.
Good night.
Hit it. Put it down. Lift. That would have been a lift.
They didn't call it.
Put
though.
it down
We're
again.
Still going.
Yes. Good swing.
Holy cow.
Great swing. Keep swinging. Double.
Oh, big call.
Anybody got some Gatorade?
Gatorade check. Wow.
Or Quality H2O. What movie is that?
Regional volleyball final.
Waterboy.
Love it. What?
Adam Sandler, Waterboy.
Waterboy.
That's
I
Quality
knew
H2O?
it.
Okay,
I knew
just
it.
check it. Just check it. Make sure you're up on your movications.
Yep.
Ooh.
Big block
I think
there.
that was a 4. I don't know if that went over. They're going to
Yep.
call 4.
Wolverines back out in front.
They're going to call a double on that. I think I would have called them on that 4 hit. But again, we have the pole in front of us. As you can see from the camera angle, we have the pole, so it's hard to see the block.
Oh,
Goes off
nice
the top
serve.
of the tape, though. Good serve. Ooh.
Back
That
and
looked like
forth
it
we
hurt,
go.
too.
Yeah.
That looked like it hurt. Tied up 18-18. Libero back to serve for the Red Hawks. Goes a little short to Dossel. And that
Ooh,
ball
shoot.
is just kind of punched over by Maya. And
It's
goes
a
out
tough
of bounds.
pass. Tough pass there.
Yeah. Yep. You got to get your feet under it. It
Yep.
looks like they're just reaching. You got to move your feet. Get your feet to where the ball is. Get the platform out. Freeze to target. See they're swinging.
Better dig there.
See how they're swinging their arms.
Slinger.
Good swing, Slinger. Girl Matt. Outside attack. Good dig by Jacobson. Good hustle by Dossel. And here comes Getch. It goes off the block. Dig by Jacobson. And we're going to save it. Getch comes back and blocked to the
Out of
outside
bounds.
hand and out of bounds. Good swing by Getch. The right side hitter, number 11, that does those setting pushovers, she did not have her hips squared up and did not seal the block. She actually was turned out of bounds. That was a good use of that block. We are tied 19-19 in this third set, tied up 1-1 match per match.
Kaya Paris back to serve. Looks like they're asking the up
captain.
ref about that call.
For sure.
I think they didn't think it got into that block and was off the net.
Oh, you
I
think
think
it
that's
touched-
what
they
they're
think it touched
questioning.
the top of the
And I'm
net.
at a better angle than you because you got that pole right in front of your face.
You do, yeah, for sure.
So I think they're questioning the touch.
I think so. And they're going to keep it to the Wolverines' point, tied up 19-19. And you said, yep, we got Paris on the back service line. Serve is good.
Ooh,
Way to
push
push
line,
it back.
yep.
Free ball coming. Use it. Good job, Schlinger. And outside, tipped over by Law. Dug up.
Oh,
And
there we
Schlinger was there. She was ready for it. And they hit that magical number 20.
Yep.
The Wolverines hit number 20. You got to push 5. You got to push 5 right here. Keep that ball in. Stay consistent.
serve.
Do not let up. Keep the pedal to the metal and push.
Wow.
Dude, their defense was pushed way up. Nobody
Good
had
swing.
transitioned back on that
Yep.
defense.
There was nobody covering that left corner.
Mm-mm. Or right corner. I mean, we still had Getch was pulled up at her base, and so was who was the one that was just in? Dossel. Was it Addie? No. Addie's
Or
in.
Paris. Paris was the one
yes,
serving.
was pulled up in her base. Pass up there by the Wolverines, and here comes a good set out to Law. Just kind of roll shots it over, but they're there. That's number 11. They set it up to the middle. Good job by Dossel, number 10, Addie. And we're gonna
Free
have
ball.
a free ball
Good
by
hustle.
Jacobson. Now you got to get a big block up. Big block, and
Oh.
they were actually late on the block.
Timeout.
Yep. Timeout, River Valley Wolverines. They are down by 1 point in this third set of Class 1A Regional Final Volleyball. And we are going to take a quick step aside and hear from our sponsors. Thank you so much to Dixon Construction for being our timeout sponsor. We're going to hear from our streaming sponsor, Sioux Valley Automotive. This is Jen Nollendorf with Matt Nobles. Be right back after this moment.
Take your vehicle and show it some much needed love. At Sioux Valley Automotive, your vehicle isn't just another job. It's a passion project led by experienced detailers that take pride in transforming your from the shine on the hood to the freshness of the interior. We ensure every inch is impeccable. Cars, boats, semis, and everything in between, our experts are equipped to bring out the best in any vehicle.
Sioux Valley Automotive, let us take care of the details while you enjoy your ride.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Jen Nollendorf with Matt Nobles with Fuller Digital Solutions, and we are ready for the serve from the Red Hawks, and that goes off in the hands of Dossel. Addie Dossel, good hustle by Getch. Free ball coming by Maya Dossel, and here comes the set going outside, off the net, two in the block, and then Natalie Schlinger is going to set up Dossel on the right side. And here comes a middle attack by the Red Hawks. It's tipped over. Jacobson not quite there. Point 22 to the Red Hawks.
Nobody there to cover that tip.
Yeah.
Number 11's back to serve. I think this is her third one in a row. She does have 2 service errors this set, so.
Good hustle. Law with a roll shot. Tight ball. Good cover by Jacobson, and they're going to set her up in the, oh boy.
Oh. Miscommunication.
For sure. You got to hit it. You got to hit the ball. Red Hawks are not letting off the gas.
Nope.
Ooh,
service error.
there's that third one. The third time on the third serve.
All right, Natalie Schlinger.
21-23, the Red Hawks are up by 2. We have Natalie Schlinger on the back service line for the Wolverines. Good serve by Schlinger. Tight to the net.
Joust.
And Law went up to block that. Good job by Law to recognize that it was tight to the net. Goes down for point number 22 to the River Valley Wolverines.
Good net play there by Addie Law.
For sure, yes. Serve is up by Schlinger. Good job.
Ooh.
Oh,
that was
missed.
Really close.
Just missed.
I don't know
Set
if I would
point.
have been able to let that one go.
I don't think I would have either. Set point for this third set, first set point. That ball goes to Getch, set by Dossel to Law. Law smokes it to the libero, but dug up, and Ewalt has to adjust. He has to take that last step to the outside. Goes
How
right
did
into
she
the
reach
hand.
that far back behind her head? Holy
She
cow.
did, yeah. She took a little bit off, and the block was just starting to come down and hit right off of the hands of the block, and it went out. So that's a set point. So we are 2-1, the Red Hawks. This is some good volleyball. I mean, really good volleyball. So we will take a quick break and come back after a quick, see if we can't make some adjustments, and we'll come back with what we think. This is Jen Nollendorf with Fuller Digital Solutions, aside Matt Nobles, and we'll be right back after this.
Work hard to protect what you value most in life. That's why at Thrivent, we offer a variety of life insurance options to help provide for your loved ones. Let's connect today. Call Kevin Shively at 712-378-8505.
Thank you for watching this exclusive broadcast on Fuller Digital Solutions. To receive notifications and links about your favorite team's live streams, join our text club by scanning this QR code or text the word on the screen to the number shown. If your business would like to be a sponsor on broadcasts like this, please reach out to us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Join us all year long for coverage of your favorite team on Fuller Digital Solutions.
The beautiful Quimby Golf Club in Quimby, Iowa. Situated next to the picturesque Little Sioux River, this 73-acre course includes a practice putting green, clubhouse, cart storage, and 9 enjoyable and forgiving holes. Enjoy your golf experience on lush fairways and challenge yourself with their strategically placed holes. Call today for their rates. They are some of the best in Northwest Iowa. So whether you want to get away on your lunch break and hit a few, or take the buddies out for the day, the Quimby Golf Club is the perfect destination. The Quimby Golf Club in Quimby, Iowa.
Welcome back. This is Jen Nollendorf with Fuller Digital Solutions alongside Matt Nobles. Thank you to all of our sponsors, especially to our streaming sponsor, Sioux Valley Family Health. Make sure you check out their detailed work there at Sioux Valley Automotive, and also to our adjustments between sets. FNB Bank in Correctionville, loyally serving neighbors, friends, and community for your River Valley Wolverines. All right, so we have the Red Hawks at 2 sets to the Wolverines 1. Wolverines lost the first set, came back really strong. Again, we were talking, they didn't tip the ball much, but I felt like during that third set there, they tipped way too much.
Yeah.
You got to hit the ball. You got to fight fire with fire.
Yep. And I think communication, make sure you're talking.
Yep.
We can't be letting balls fall to the floor. You got to err by the side of caution and just take it. If
That's
it's
right.
there, take it.
That's right.
Just take care of the ball. Keep it in play. Make them make mistakes.
That's right. Volleyball's a game of errors, really.
And if you really think about it, they were in this same scenario on Monday.
For sure.
Down 2-1. Got their stuff back together and took care of business against a really good Newell Fonda team. So they've been here before.
Right.
Now it's just you got to finish the job.
And they are grit. Like, they are the true explanation and a definition of a grit volleyball team. They do not fall easy. Good coverage by Jacobson to dig that ball up and just pushed over by Law. The short cross was open. Here comes the right side slide attack by number 9, Ewalt. She's dynamic. Very, very dynamic. Okay, so first point goes to the Red Hawks. Okay, the last 2 sets, well, the first set and the third set, do you know who got the first point?
First set and the third set was...
First set and third set, who got the first point?
Red Hawks, right? No?
River Valley. And then
Okay.
they lost those. Well, the
Short
second
serve.
and third set. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Yes. Good job there by Law.
Yep.
Saw that their defense was not transitioned back for that back row defense and goes right off of the edge of the block and down for a kill. Tied up 1-1 with Law going back to the service line.
Shoot. Service error there by Addie Law. Going to give it right back to the Red Hawks.
That's tough.
Yep.
Again, like you said, you keep the ball in.
Yep.
You have to keep the ball in. Especially the first serve. First serve, I usually tell my athletes when I'm coaching, I don't care where the first serve goes, but you keep it in the court. And then the second ball, you can start getting the finesse on it.
Mm-hmm.
Outside attack coming by Ewalt, swings right down the line. Kazora didn't get over there, and that was a wonderful swing. She let it fly.
She does a really good job of block recognition.
Yes.
The block was late getting over there, rotating to that side, and she just took line. They gave it to her. She took it.
I don't know if I could have zoomed in, but I almost think she had a smile on her face when she saw that was there. Ace there by number 3, the setter, Zoe Rausch. Point 4. That's 3. That's 3 in a row.
Yep.
So right here, we got to turn it on. You got to talk to your team. You got to high five. You got to be encouraging. Pass up by Jacobson. And an outside attack by Getch goes off the block, but dug by the libero. And here comes Ewalt. Dug, good dig by Getch. That's a great defensive spot.
Good spot.
Lefty of.
Back outside to Ewalt, off the block.
You got to slow that ball down, and that's what that block just did. That was a great job by the defense.
Oh.
That ball went over the net. That one went over and blocked.
I thought there was a touch there. That might have been a makeup call for before. I don't know.
Yeah. They're going to talk to the up ref.
Yeah.
The ball actually looked like it went over the net, touched the block, came back onto the River Valley side.
They have yet to overturn a call, though. So
The first time they did, remember? That
Oh, they
first
did?
time, remember when they gave the serve then to River Valley and then they
oh,
re-overturned
gotcha.
it? The down ref, the R2, is saying he never saw a touch either, but I don't know.
All right, River Valley needs a side out here.
Down 5-1 in this fourth set. It's all or nothing right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to keep the serve over there to the Red Hawks. Serve is up to Jacobson, uses her hands, gets it up to Dossel. Right side attack, tight. They have not used Sunny Todd very much, and I really like that idea of getting that ball over to her, but that was a set
Timeout.
that was too tight. So timeout to the Wolverines. This is Jen Ohlendorf with Matt Nobles here with Fuller Digital Solutions. We'll be right back after we hear from our sponsors, Holstein Manufacturing.
Introducing the robust workhorse from Holstein Manufacturing, the HFAB Ultra Tilt Bed Trailer.
Whether you are hauling heavy equipment or delivering precious cargo, our tilt bed trailers, ranging from 20 to 28 feet in length, are engineered with strength and designed to handle it with ease. Forget the hassles of ramps. They're built to tilt. Tilt bed trailers at Holstein Manufacturing.
Holstein Manufacturing.
And online at holsteinmfg.com.
Welcome back in here to this Class 1A regional final between the Red Hawks of North Tama and the River Valley Wolverines. We have the Red Hawks up 2-1 and the score of 6-1 currently in this fourth set. Serve there to Dossel.
Good pass.
Outside attack coming by Getch, and that's going to be
nice
pushed
job to
over.
keep it
Good
alive.
hustle by Jacobson. Now you got to get that block transitioned over, and it gets touched by the block, and no one quite there. They were all back on their heels thinking that that ball was going to come in and through, and it just kind of trickled down and in for point number 7 to the Red Hawks.
Number 3, Zoe Roush, remains at the service line here for North Tama.
That's a double. That was a back row attack. I'll explain that here. Okay.
Red Hawks with another point.
Did you see Jacobson overhand set that ball? Did you see where her feet were? She was in front of the 10-foot line, and then they had Sunny Todd jump and hit that ball, so technically that is a back row illegal attack. And here comes Todd on the right side, dug up by the Red Hawks, and here comes Ewalt out of the left side of the Red Hawks, and here comes the Sunny Todd out of the middle, but just went a little too far across her body. A lot of mental errors happening here. I think this is the pressure is a little tough right now, so you got to dig deep, and you got to just point for point and start coming back. Hands passed up by Jacobson,
spot.
pushed over to the deep spot. And then good job by the
Side out.
Wolverines.
Side out, got to get on a run
notice
here.
That ball going out.
JC Jacobson goes back to serve.
She's doing a really good job at the back service line. And that ball is going to be passed up by the libero of the Red Hawks. That on
looked
the
like
run.
it went behind the antenna.
Right. Way to keep that in by the Wolverines.
Nice
block.
block.
Single block.
Natalie Schlinger. Good
Atta
block
girl.
at the net.
Job, Natalie.
River Valley needs to try to string together 3, maybe 2,
That's
3
right.
points here.
That's right.
Nice serve again.
Block.
Big block.
Pushed over. Good hustle. They had that communication down.
Yep. Ewalt, big swing. Off that block, slow to rotate over to that side again.
For sure.
Ewalt takes advantage.
I really think that the Wolverines need to start running a little bit more tempo, because then that gives the Red Hawks, if they run that high tempo power volleyball, it gives the Red Hawks time to adjust and get that big block up in front of them. Passed up by the Red Hawks. Here comes an outside attack by the freshman.
Good dig.
With Getch. Good job by Getch getting back up after that pass. That's a double. It had the rotation on it. Getch just pushes it over. Out. No touch.
No touch. All right, number 10, Addie Dossel is going to come in. She'll head back to serve here for River Valley. See if maybe she can push a couple here.
Again, like you were talking in the adjustments, let them make the errors. Keep the ball in play. Let them make the errors. The Red Hawks have not played an errorless game by any chance, so just let them make the errors. Keep the ball in. Be smart. Good save there by Addie Dossel. Good
swing.
job by Getch to swing and did it. Jacobson was there to dig that off of the block, but Getch did get her arm out in front of it.
Red Hawks have made an adjustment on that block
For sure.
on Elena.
I think they started coming over a little bit more to the line, and then that middle closes to it and is, Natalie
Schlinger
off of the edge of the block and out of bounds for a point to the River Valley Wolverines. Law comes back in. Paris goes back to the service line for the Wolverines. Passed up by the libero of the Red Hawks, and here comes the middle attack, blocked by Law and Schlinger.
Yep.
But they're going to call her on a double or a lift. Oh, they're going to call her in the net. Number 16 in the net. And that is Blair Blake, the senior.
Kaya Paris here.
I don't know if I've ever had a match where the captains have had to talk to the up ref this many times. Ooh.
Oh!
Ace by Paris.
Big one, much needed.
That was the ball gods. We talk about that too. If there's an off call or something and something like that happens, we always say, you know, the ball never lies, or karma, yes. Ooh.
Oh.
The block's there.
Yep.
We got to get that defense to buy into it. 12-7, down by 5, River Valley Wolverines in the white jerseys and the Red Hawks in the red jerseys. Passed up by Wolverines, outside attack by Law, goes off of the high hands of number 16, the senior, which is Blair Blake. She goes pinky down to zone 1 of the Wolverines, and unable to get that dug up is Getch. For point 13 to the Red Hawks. They've let them go on way too many sprees of scoring.
Good pass.
Good pass up.
Better swing there by Addie Law.
For sure. Just a lot of power volleyball. Good adjustment, but a little deeper would be perfect.
Slinger.
Little deeper. Ooh, good block.
Big block.
Tip. Good dig by Getch. Law on the outside. Goes out of bounds.
Close.
Just missed that outside corner.
So close.
Just missed it. Right idea. Smart play. Keep the composure, girls. 1 point at a time. I keep saying that, but you really got to make sure you focus in and get that next point.
Tight.
Tight. Good job.
Joust.
Love the joust.
Maya Dossel.
Maya says it's not over till I say it's over.
Nope.
And this is my point. Natalie Schlinger on the back service line for the Wolverines.
A lot of seniors out there for River Valley. They don't want it to end yet.
That ball's in. Ooh. Close.
Push back line again.
I love the aggressiveness, though, of the servers.
Yep.
And that's exactly right there. Olivia is shaking Natalie's hand and said, great serve. I would rather have that.
Yep.
Serve up by the Red Hawks, dug up by Jacobson. Pushed over by Law.
Outside to Ewald again.
She's dynamic. Keep moving, girls. Don't get ooh, good short cross. Right idea.
Back outside to Ewald.
And blocked by Sunny Todd.
Another one.
Oh. Dossel was there on that block, but Ewald pushed it right over top of the block, tried to roll shotted it there into that donut and caught the Wolverines on their heels. Serve is short to Jacobson, passed up to Dossel, outside attack coming by Law.
Good swing.
Yes, go into the block. Go into the tool that block all day. Blair looked like she was off just a little bit, and she tooled that inside hand of the block. And
Maya Dossel back to serve.
Great server. Kept the ball
it's going outside to Ewald. Ooh.
We talk about short cross a lot. So on the River Valley Wolverines side, you see where that dark spot is with that line?
Mm-hmm.
From the 10-foot line back to basically where Wall's feet are. That's what we call short cross. And if you can hit that ball consistently in that spot, you're going to catch your defense off.
Timeout River Valley after the ace serve there by number 1 Hayden Wilson.
We're going to take a quick break and hear from Correctionville Building Center. This is Jen Ollendorf with Matt Noble, and we are with Fuller Digital Solutions. Be back in a few seconds.
Price. I agree you should consider price and compare, but don't forget to also compare what you get for that price. At Correctionville Building Center, not only will you be surprised by their competitive prices, but you'll most likely be amazed by the quality for that price. Some places offer a lower grade of lumber quality to hook you with that lower price. Get what you pay for every day at Correctionville Building Center, a better building experience.
Welcome back to this Class 1A regional final. The Red Hawks are taking on the River Valley Wolverines. North Tama is up 18-9 in this fourth set, and here comes Sunny Todd out of the middle. Double block, good hustle by Getch, but nobody there. It looked like Jacobson was close to it, but she probably thought that Getch was up and ready to go, and Getch was still on the floor after that sprawl of a dig. Great dig, good effort.
Yep, absolutely.
Point 19-9, down by 10. Pass up by Getch, and here comes Law and misses the ball. Looked like she kind of took her eyes off of it a little bit to see the block and couldn't quite finish with that. Point 20, that magical number of 20, Matt. North
Wolverines
Tama.
need a side out here
For sure.
in a bad way.
Yep, short serve to Law. Law with a push, good deep push. Here comes a attack. That ball goes out of bounds. Ewalt goes.
There we go.
She tried to go high.
1 point at a time here.
That's right. It can be done. I've seen it. It
Addie
can be
Law
done.
back to serve. One of those seniors.
But they have to play fearlessly. They can't be afraid to make a mistake.
Nice serve.
Free ball out to the outside.
Block.
Blocked up by the Wolverines. They're going to go back to Ewalt. Dug by Law. Set up by Dossel to Getch, but it looked like she let that ball come across her body too far.
She almost looked like she slipped there when she went to plant.
Oh, yeah.
That's tough.
That is tough. 21-10 here in this regional final. If the North Tama Red Hawks win this next 4 points, they will be punching their ticket to state. And that ball is pushed back over. Jacobson on the run. Dig unable to track it down for point number 22 to the Red Hawks. I have to say the Red Hawks have kept their composure. Even when they were down, they've really, really kept their composure.
Yep.
Good deep push. And that
Nice
goes
job.
down. You got to keep them moving. Number 3, the setter for the Red Hawks, was rotated up. Zoe Roush, she was rotated up to her base and went high hand to get that ball, but then the libero was going to cover that deep corner and nobody there to play that second ball. Jacobson with the serve.
Nice serve.
Good hustle
I
by
tell
the
you,
libero.
the Red Hawks libero has done a heck of a job. She's been all over the place.
For sure. Good hustle by Getch on that play.
My last few years of doing volleyball, I can honestly say if a team's got a good libero, if you keep the ball off the floor, you're going to win.
Right.
So
Keep the ball in play.
yeah.
Serve by Ewalt, number 9. She's done a really good job serving for the Red Hawks. Here comes a right side attack by Todd. Or is that Kazora? That's Kazora. Sorry about that. Ooh, that's
Good
a
block.
4. Is that 4? Maybe. Maybe not.
Come on,
Getch
Elena.
with the tip, goes deep on the line. Ewalt's there to dig it up, and here comes the hit by, is that Blair, number 17?
That was the freshman,
Nope, that's
17.
Lily Sells.
Lily Sell.
Ball goes just out of bounds, too. Didn't miss by much. She was trying to hit that deep corner and couldn't quite get there.
Number 10, Addie Dossel, heads back to serve.
Addie is a junior for the River Valley Wolverines. Dug up
Nice
by...
dig. That's the freshman, Jaden Dossel.
Yep. Good deep push there but they got to hit. They can't continue to tip. Roll shot dug up by Jacobson. Good push
good
over.
push.
Smart play, and here's another down ball by Ewalt. Right side attack coming by Schlinger. Tips just right over the block.
That number 3's got quick hands. Holy
yes,
cow.
She does. Good dig. Now hit it on 2. Atta girl.
Good swing there by Schlinger.
Ooh. I almost feel like they have that play figured out when they're going to do that. When they're in transition, they just push it tight to the net and let that number 11 get up and just push it over.
Yep.
Set point here, match point. Set point, match point coming. Libero for the Red Hawks serving. And that ball's passed up by Dossel, number 10. And tipped over by Getch. Good save there by the Wolverines. Keep that on your hitting shoulder. Pushed over by Getch. Tight to the net. Getch goes up and pushes it straight down into the block of number 11 and down for a point. 12-13. The River Valley Wolverines need to definitely keep plugging away. Keep plugging away. Law goes into the front row while number 3 Paris goes back to serve.
Nice
Good
serve.
serve. That ball is down there for an ace. Down by 10. Every point, I keep watching the Red Hawks bench, and they keep creeping out there a little further and a little further.
Another one.
And that's another ace. It drops literally right in front of the libero.
Yep.
Just drops in front of her.
It's a really nice serve. It hits the tape and then nose dives.
Yep. She goes right back to the libero. That's set back up, though, to the middle. Roll shot over by Jacobson. Doug out to Law.
Yep.
Good job by Law. Goes short cross. Did you see that short cross there?
Yep.
And the Wolverines are making a comeback. You got to keep pushing hard. Push hard here. Red Hawks on the receive.
Another nice serve.
Pass it up. It's going to be pushed over. There's that play.
Yep.
I think they literally master that. Law with the off the tip or off the top of the block, set to the middle. She goes
out.
Deep corner and out of bounds for point number
No
17.
touch.
We're going to call a timeout. They're looking for a touch, but there was I never saw a touch.
Nothing.
But again, I have a pole in front of me.
Yep. There was no touch there. It's a good call.
Served by the Wolverines.
Another
Passed
good
up.
serve there by Paris.
For sure, yes. Outside attack goes
Out.
deep. No touch. No touch.
Paris whiffed on that, and it's a good thing.
That's a good strikeout right there.
Yes.
I don't
You
know
will
if she
take
plays
that-
softball, but that's a
You
good
will take
strikeout.
that whiff every time. If it
Strikeout
goes out of
swinging.
bounds. Yep.
Serve is up. Good deep serve. Passed up by the Red Hawks. Pushed over to the deep corner. Paris there to pass it up. Good hustle by Dossel. Sent
River
over
Valley
by-
keeps it alive.
She's down. She's a block.
Woo! Schlinger and Addie Law combo block. And
I
River
think,
Valley is alive.
Yes, they are alive and well.
Timeout.
Down by 5. Timeout by the Red Hawks. It did look like number 10, Addie Dossel, though, went over into the student section, and she is a little sore. But we're going to take a quick timeout here in just a second and hear from Pinnacle Performance in Correctionville, Jen Ohlendorf alongside Matt Nobles for Fuller Digital Solutions.
Looks aren't always the most important thing. It's what's on the inside that counts. At Pinnacle Performance, they make things look good, but wow, can they make what's on the inside count when it comes to your diesel. Farmers, when you need your truck to work as hard as you, call on the Diesel Performance Pros at Pinnacle Performance in Correctionville. Oil changes to overhauls, bumper-to-bumper bodywork, from a simple part to a performance upgrade. Trust your diesel truck to Pinnacle Performance Truck and Body in Correctionville.
All right, we're back here. The Wolverines were down, what was it, 10 points?
24-10.
Yeah,
They were down.
24 to 10. They were down 14 points, and they
Yep.
are bringing it back. They're down by 5. And we have Paris on the back service line, and that serve
Nice
is
serve.
in, passed up by the libero. Here comes an outside attack, and that goes off of the block, dug by Jacobson. Good job by Paris, and
Oh,
then,
boy.
ooh, she just did a little too far that way. And the Red Hawks get that set, and the River Valley Wolverines are knocked out of this tournament road.
Honestly, that's a huge testament to their grit right there. A lot of teams would have checked out down
sure.
14 in set 4.
And they battled back. They got 9 points back.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous. They
Yep.
didn't give up, but they kept plugging away and pushing.
Yep.
But we'll come back in a quick minute, and we'll finish up this broadcast with a few little tidbits and what to look forward to here moving forward. And we'll just take a quick break and be back after we hear from Wall of Fame in Sioux City. This is Jen Ollendorf with Matt Noble. Be back in just a moment.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame, not just embroidery.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors for making this stream possible, and to all of you for tuning in. Make sure that you are supporting your local businesses and all of those who are supporting your River Valley Wolverines. We had a wonderful time here tonight. This was some great volleyball. Really, nobody has anything to hang their heads about. This was some great volleyball here.
Heck of a run by these seniors at River Valley. They go 30-3 on their senior campaign. Big shout out to those seniors: JC Jacobson, Maya Dossel, Elena Getch, Addie Law, and Sonny Todd. You know, they just left it all on the court tonight, and unfortunately they're going to fall a little bit short again this year. But they've done a lot for this program through these last 4 years. So,
for sure,
like you said, nothing to hang your head about. This was a really tough draw for them, getting North Tama. You know, kind of like I said in the pregame, ranked number 5 in the state. But you look at the record and you're like, how in the heck is a 24-15 team ranked number 5? Mm-hmm. But if you look at their overall record and who they faced, they played some pretty tough competition, and they really showed it on the court tonight. So
yeah, for sure.
But like we mentioned, throughout that match, River Valley never gave up. Mm-mm. Like, their grit shows through and through every set. So
that's right. And they really just kept pushing hard.
Yeah.
They never let go, and they are a super great team. And you can tell they love the game.
Yeah.
They really do love the game. Olivia Utesh and Jessica Wilson, the coaches, really have done a great job with these girls. I know they've coached them for a long time. Yep. And the community of Correctionville, Washta, Cushing, Quimby, and our surrounding areas. I know we had some sponsors in Holstein, and we had some sponsors in Kingsley and in Pearson, and they really just love this volleyball team and how much dedication they showed to this sport and to their community has been absolutely amazing.
Yep. Big deal. Big shout out to them, and you know, had a heck of a run here.
That's
so
right. Don't ever give up. And there's always that next step. You know, it's never final. Nothing is ever final.
Yep.
So just keep pushing forward and moving on. I know those seniors, you know, they think it's the last set, the last match, the last point, but really, you just keep moving forward, and you take the lessons that you learn in the game of volleyball, and you move into basketball.
Yep.
And I hear that these girls are also pretty amazing at basketball.
They are.
So I really look forward to working with the community and supporting the girls and moving forward and just, you know, that next season and setting the goals and achieving the goals and just, you know, it's somebody's got to lose. It's hard that it's our girls, but
yeah, crazy to think we're done with fall sports already.
Not yet.
I'm done.
Me too. Me too. Cherokee lost a tough one last night up at Sioux Center, and Ridgeview, I know, lost a tough one over at, gosh, where'd you guys go?
We went to South Hardin, Eldora.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
That's a jaunt.
Yep, 2 hours. So
good family bonding time.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. But yes, shout out to all of our sponsors and these River Valley Wolverines and this student section. I'll tell you what, River Valley, they traveled well.
Yeah.
For being a very small school and a small community, they really showed up for these girls and to support them. So shout out to all of them. I do want to go through and just talk about our sponsors again really quick. And move forward. Okay, so thank you again to all of our postseason streaming sponsors and the Wolverine community for allowing us the opportunity to cover these wonderful girls in this wonderful sport of volleyball. Women's volleyball is really starting to push forward, and it's a beautiful sport. It teaches the girls a lot of life lessons that they're going to carry on for the rest of their lives. Our streaming sponsor tonight, Sioux Valley Automotive. Pre-match sponsor was Quimby Golf Course. Keys to the match, Joy Auto. And Joy Auto, Napa Store. Adjustments between sets would be from sponsored by F&B Bank in Correctionville, and also to our timeout sponsor, Dixon Construction, there in Correctionville. So make sure that you show a lot of love to all of our local sponsors and our community members for coming and showing up for these River Valley Wolverines tonight. And also, thank you to our Fuller Digital family for allowing us to come down here and call this game.
Big shout out to those sponsors, because especially postseason, we wouldn't be able to do it financially without you. So
correct.
We're happy to bring live coverage for those that couldn't make it. So big shout out to those guys for stepping up when we needed you. So
yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Well, this is it for us for Fall Sports.
Let's call it a night.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Jen Ohlendorf with Matt Nobles and Fuller Digital Solutions. Until next time, everybody drive safe and
have a good rest of your week.
That's right. Yeah, it is only Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, we're just over the hump.
Third Monday of the week. Right. All right. Take care, everybody. We're signing off.
Thank you for watching this exclusive broadcast on Fuller Digital Solutions. To receive notifications and links about your favorite team's live streams, join our text club by scanning this QR code or text the word on the screen to the number shown. If your business would like to be a sponsor on broadcasts like this, please reach out to us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Join us all year long for coverage of your favorite team on Fuller Digital Solutions.